And hello, I'm Welma Red, and I will be talking about the principles of photography. Photography is like introduction to videography. And so we're going to look at some of the principles of photography, and perhaps you can see how it relates to video production. I'm going to share my screen. This is a PowerPoint that I created on visual storytelling, which includes both photography as an introduction to videography. Photography is about light, framing, composition, and subject. The camera only sees light, colors of light, temperatures of light, intensity of light, and that's what makes the picture. So it's important to know the kind of light you have and the source of your light. Framing is the subject that's in the frame. It could be a person, it could be food, or a building. And composition is how you frame that subject. Do you put them to the edge of the frame, in the center, or at the top? I would like to go on to talk about the one shot. That's a frame. One shot is a frame. When you put several frames together, you get a clip. And when you put several clips together, you get a sequence. And the sequence, if it's moved through time, it creates the illusion of motion. We want to look at types of shots: extreme wide, very wide, wide, cowboy, medium, full medium, and close up and extreme close up. There are three things I want to point out. The positioning of your subject. You may put the subject dead center, and that's a symmetry shot, a symmetrical shot. There's a good way of making a shot look symmetrical and not very good way, a bad way. The subject should be in the center. There should be some headroom, and the eyes should be 1/3 of the way from the top. You shouldn't cut the chin. You should not cut someone's head that we can't see them. If you have a tall and a short person, you have to position the camera in such a way that it takes both. And you also have to be cognizant of what is called nose room. If you see only one ear of a subject, it's called a profile shot. I'm only seeing one ear. I'm in profile. You cannot see my full face. And in that case, you want to give nose room. If the subject is in motion, as in a video, that's called lead room. It's the same. You will keep them at the back of the frame and keep the camera moving along with them to give them what is called lead room. It's the same as nose room, except in motion, when the subject is in motion. At this point, I would like to pause and ask you to dissolve the screen. I'm going to, I'll ask one question for now, and then maybe another question later on. You can stop, answer the question, and then continue to watch the video. So let's go back to the PowerPoint. We have different kinds of shots. I took this picture on a ship, on a cruise ship, just outside of San Juan, Puerto Rico. And I'm on the ship. And this is called an extreme wide shot. Skyscrapers are just less than an inch tall, are little specks and little dashes. And that's called what? An extreme wide shot, EWS. Oftentimes we start videos, we start movies with extreme wide shots or very wide shots. This is a very wide shot. This is on the ship. All the passengers and the people who organize the cruise are here. Now, a wide shot includes from head to toe. We do not want to be looking just at the ceiling or just at floor unless there's something happening there. This is a full medium shot. Remember, do not cut at the knees or the joints. You don't want to cut any shot at the joints. The cowboy shot is something that was developed for cowboy movies that shows, because they're still used, the holster with a gun. This is a medium shot. It's from the waist up. Again, there's headroom. The eyes at the 1/3 mark. And these grid lines are found in many cameras to help guide you to put the eyes around here, not in the center, not in the bottom, but at the 1/3 mark. This is a close-up shot. Again, the eyes will be 1/3 of the way down, but it's chest from the bust. And this is an extreme close-up. Low angle shots give prominence to your subject, whereas high angle shots may diminish the subject. What you want is a shot that's neutral, where the lens is right at the level of the eye. Right at the level of the eye. This is one shot, a neutral shot. This is a 2 shot and a 3 shot and a group shot. This is an aerial shot. Aerial shots can be very high up from an airplane. I wasn't in an airplane, so I just took this one. And these are called cant or Dutch angle shots because they are twisted, skewed, so you can get a full frame of a very high building. And these, again, I would like to pause and ask you a question about what we just looked at, different kinds of shots. I hope you understand what it is and the importance of really framing your shots properly and making sure your subject is facing the light, not the light facing the camera. You don't want that. You want the shots and the subject to be framed with a little bit of headroom, generally speaking. And if they are in profile, one ear showing, you want nose room. Those are basic principles of photography.